What's happening, guys? My name is OTG and I'd like to welcome you to a real life Formula 1 video, and this time I'm going to be discussing with you the real team previews that are coming up. Of course, we're only 1 week away from Melbourne, so I've decided to give you a preview of my personal opinions on all the teams and the drivers and how I think they're going to fare. So we're going to start off with Red Bull Racing and their world champion for 3 years running, Sebastian Vettel, and their Australian driver Mark Webber. Now, Mark Webber will be going to his home country again. I think he was born in Sydney, but he's going to his home country, like he does every start of the season. So it's quite a nice trip for him. He just gets to go home, and then he's just going around the world for the whole entire thing, which is quite nice for him. But we're going to kick off with Sebastian Vettel, the three-time world champion, going into this sport. I think he's back obviously with Red Bull, but this might be his fifth or I don't know how many years, but he's been at Toro Rosso and Red Bull, and now he's obviously won the championships. What else is there for him to achieve? Now, Red Bull will hopefully be going for the Constructors' title again, but hopefully they want Red Bull Racing's #1 driver Sebastian Vettel to go ahead and win the championship again. Now, I highly doubt that will even happen, because Sebastian Vettel has not really shown that much pace last season. He was lucky to get it last season. I thought he didn't deserve it. I thought Fernando Alonso thoroughly deserved the title, but he didn't get it. So Sebastian Vettel did win the title. The thing that I see is that every car around him now, with the Ferraris, the McLarens, the Lotus and Mercedes-Benz as well, they're all starting to get a lot faster, and they're going to keep up with the cars. Normally, not last season, the season before, 2 seasons ago, Sebastian Vettel just drove off and got a good first lap and got away, and then just kept the distance going. This season though, the season before we previously just had, he had to fight and he had to push and he had to really challenge himself and the car, and he done well to get the title. I will not take that away from him, but I just don't think that he'll be able to go ahead and take the victory this year. Then we go on to Mark Webber. Mark Webber, I don't think it's going to at all achieve what he would like. Maybe can't even get into the points very often. Maybe a 5th place position for Webber, not too much to be seen. Then we'll go on to the Ferrari team of Alonso and Massa. I doubt that Massa will do very well this season. Hopefully he'll show some potential. Alonso though, I wouldn't say he'll win, but I'll definitely say he'll get up there and he'll be getting points and podiums like he always does. I don't see the car to be winning this year. We go on to the McLarens now, Jenson Button and Sergio Perez. Button, I will definitely say, will challenge for the title. He's got the car, he's #1 driver, he can perform. Sergio Perez, his first year, I doubt he's going to make that much of an impact, but I'd like to see what he can do and see how he performs. The guy that I think though is going to win the whole championship, a big long shot from me here, is in the next team, Lotus Renault, and that is Kimi Raikkonen. The Iceman, I think, is going to go ahead and win the title this year. Now, I've made a video of my predictions. I'll go into thorough detail of why I think this. I just think he'll have the consistency like last year, but instead of just getting points, he's going to be getting podiums every single race. Wins, going to get it, and not just have a win just in Abu Dhabi. I think he'll get wins and everything, and that is really what I hope to see from the Lotus and Kimi Raikkonen. Romain Grosjean, lucky to even have a place in F1 after the amount of crashes he's had. But hopefully Romain Grosjean can prove himself. You know, he's not a bad driver, he's just not a consistent driver. Hopefully Romain will not crash as much and we can really see his skill and potential. We go on to the Mercedes-Benz now of Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. Mercedes-Benz had Michael Schumacher, and it's going to be a tough role to follow for Lewis Hamilton. But Nico Rosberg is the first team driver. A little bit surprised that they're giving him that, seeing he's got Lewis Hamilton, but it's fair seeing he has been at the team longer. Nico is going to be he's going to have to put in a lot of effort. Last year, last few years, he's had Michael Schumacher, and he's been pretty much capable of beating him. But now you've got Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton can quite easily beat you. Nico Rosberg, I'll say he'll do good, but he won't be as good as Hamilton, who I really think can challenge for the title if the guys give him what he wants. If he asks for something, they give him it. That's it, done. He will go ahead and try and win. That's all they need to do. That's as simple as it can be for the Mercedes-Benz boys. Sauber though go into this season with 2 new drivers, Nico Hülkenberg and Esteban Gutierrez. Now, hopefully I've said that right, Esteban Gutierrez or something like that. That's how I pronounce Gutierrez. That's how we're going to pronounce it. So Nico Hülkenberg is hopefully going to be a great driver. Last year at Force India, he done well. Sauber had Perez and Kobayashi. Kobayashi should have kept his place, but they've given him the cold shoulder. A little bit upset about that. I was hoping that Force India might have given Kobayashi, but we'll discuss that later. But Sauber now, I've got Nico Hülkenberg, who will probably do well, be up there with Nico Rosberg. Them two will be pretty similar as you could expect, but they'll drive pretty fast and they'll challenge. Then you have Esteban Gutierrez. I see him doing a little bit of being a bit like just up and down, doesn't get consistency, can't really do much. You go on to the next team, which is Paul di Resta and Adrian Sutil, the drivers for Sahara Force India. Now, Force India have got Paul di Resta for the 3rd year running. Adrian Sutil has returned after having a 1-year break where he got replaced by Nico Hülkenberg. I did make a video on this. You can always go and check it out if you go onto my channel and look at all my videos. I go into depth about the reason why they signed him. I thought they could get Kobayashi, but they've gone for Sutil. They've gone for the guy they know can do well. It's going to be hard for Sutil to go ahead and get in the points and do well, but Paul di Resta this year has got to really shine if he wants to keep on the team, because he only has another 2 years on his contract, I believe. The next team is probably the team that I'm a little bit worried about, is at Williams Racing. Now, last year they done really well, and everyone was pretty pleased that Pastor Maldonado won. But Maldonado, I'm not a fan of him. I don't like the guy at all. He's very arrogant, very much likes his own way, and because he just got put in the sport because of an oil company, doesn't really mean that he's a good driver. Now, we've seen this when he's crashed into people, crashed into Lewis Hamilton, I believe, at Valencia. He's crashed into loads of guys and just doesn't take responsibility for any of his actions. So a little bit disappointed, but Vitale, I can never say his first name, but it's Bottas, the other driver. Hopefully Bottas can prove his worth as Bruno Senna's replacement. He is indeed. We go on to the Toro Rosso guys, and you have got Daniel Ricciardo and Jean-Eric Vergne. Jean-Eric Vergne and Daniel Ricciardo, very inconsistent. They're the two guys that will just slip into the bottom 6, I think it was. But with now this year without HRT, they might be the next. They'll be a team lower, but you know, they might do well. Vergne and Ricciardo hopefully will get in some points for their team. Let's just see how they do. Hopefully they do pretty good. Toro Rosso never seem to be getting the high points like some of the teams, but they never seem to be down low. Go on to the next team, which is Caterham. Caterham have got some absolute talent with Charles Pic and Van der Garde. We'll just call him Van der Garde. I think I can't pronounce his name. I think it's Guido Van der Garde. Can never. But Caterham, hopefully we're getting points. I really do want them to get points and improve and become a great team. That's really what I want to see from Caterham. Hopefully they'll do something really, really special and go ahead and win some points and races and go ahead and become a great team like they really can be. Because they used to be known as Lotus with the green and yellow, but now they've changed to Caterham. But let's just see how things go. And finally, the lowest ranked team on the grid are Marussia F1 team. They are the UK-based team, of course. They were taken over. Marussia took over from Virgin in 2011. 2000 might have been 2011. I'm not 100% sure. It might have been 2012. I'm guessing it's 2012. Yeah, it probably is 2012 actually. Yeah, it's 2012. So yeah, just double checking there. I don't know everything, but the drivers are Jules Bancini and Max Chilton. Max Chilton is the 4th British guy on the grid for this season, and these two are hopefully going to get points. Let's see what they do. That's what the guys really want. Every one of them lower teams wants points and see who can get the highest. Hopefully this year no driver will get no points. That's what I'm hoping. That is really a nice thing to be seeing. If no driver gets no points, it means that no drivers are failures. I'd just like to say thank you guys for listening to my team preview. I'd also just like to say thank you for getting me to 150 subscribers. That is very grateful, and I will probably bring out a competition video that I've been planning for you guys. And I'd just like to say thank you guys for watching. My name is OTG. I'll see you guys in whatever my next video is. Bye guys.